Hello, Professor. This is Vamsi, representing Group 4, and here with I have my other group members, Kalyan, Madhura, Syed, and Ricardo. So we are here to present our research on the analytical organization paper that has been given to us. So before starting with that, I just want to give an insight about business intelligence. That is the main root cause of rise of analytics these days. So what is business intelligence? Business intelligence is the use of artificial intelligence techniques that could help in optimizing the business. To understand in a layman's terms, it could be said in this way. Information technology, there are many softwares, but the output of softwares are not understood to a common man. Business intelligence does it in such a way that the reports that are generated out of these softwares are even understood to a common man. That can include many kinds of visualizations, dashboards, using software such as Tableau, RapidMiner, and everything. So nowadays, the business has had a huge there were days when business had a huge dependence on information technology. Now, dependence on information technology has balanced its dependence on the reporting softwares. Reporting has become much more premium these days, and companies have started being spending lot of amount on predicting future values. And the ability of a business intelligence software system to deliver dynamic, impactful data visualizations that are easy for everyone to understand and work with will continue to increase its importance. So if you see in this in the image, we have seen the image shows the number of people that are buying the analytics softwares, even though there are many number of free licensing softwares that are available online. But still, the report shows the increasing trend of people who are planning to buy that. This shows that business intelligence has its impact in the market right now. So let me give some more idea about the analytical organization, which is BI. It is present in almost all the sectors with its main objectives like improving overall visibility, enhancing compliance to corporate policies, etc. A combination of analytics algorithms constitute business intelligence. The main essence of all would be data. It's all about data, data, data. Techies like IBM, Amazon entering into analytics with the launching of services like Watson and QuickSight have the big scope for small and medium business that have been tremendously increasing. This will put all the real-time data under one common umbrella and also reduce the probable data quality issues. And coming to the data mining softwares, the world has become mechanized with the data mining softwares. Data visualization has reached to a certain stage where its dependence on IT has reduced and dependence on these softwares has been increased. The approach to business intelligence infrastructures has to involve something more than compiling the code. Nowadays, everything is pre-coded. So the emphasis has been shifted towards automation of tools and softwares. Thank you so much.
Is your organization analytical? Well, these two pictures depict first reactions that one may think about what an analytical organization is. But does it really tell the reality? I wonder, is your organization analytical? These two pictures depict first reactions that one may think about what an analytical organization is. But does it really tell the reality? I would surely say that there are important components of business analytic tools in the picture on your left, and some of the end results being used in the picture on your right. I wonder, however, how do they come together? What is an organization analytical? These two pictures depict first reactions that one may think about what an analytical organization is. But does it really tell the reality? I would surely say that there are important components of business analytic tools in the picture on your left, and some of the end results being used in the pictures on the right. I wonder, however, how do they come together? This pyramid helps us to see the BI domains and how an organization would go from data to analytics. There are very important aspects to deliver BI, and most of the organizations are using them at some capacity today. So, does it mean an organization with some analytical capability could be considered an analytical organization? I would say yes, but let's move on to the next slide before inferring any further conclusion. We now see how BI is leveraged and became integral part of an organization's business process. This is a common practice in some industries such as online retailers, insurance companies, or even some departments across industries such as customer experience, which is in great demand, or latter but not least, to support product research and development decision making. Does this mean then this organization is analytical? Well, I would say yes again, but how much does this reflect to an organization governance? Are we considering that? How is, for example, general and administrative departments leverage BI? In conclusion, we may say that BI capabilities are present in most of the organizations today. And the question is how these organizations are leveraging and managing them. In 2009, Ludgren and Larson developed the Analytical Capability Assessment, as known as ACA, same that we're seeing in the screen right now, which is a great framework to help us answer this how question. Now that we understand what an analytical organization is, I will ask my colleague Madhura to start further explaining the how, beginning with the ability to align and govern BI.
Hello everyone. Till now we spoke about what is business intelligence and what are the analytics we can do in business intelligence. Now the question comes up: how do I align these business intelligence projects in my organization? So we have questions like: what are the business value implementing this BI project? Is my organization ready for a change? Or we can have questions like, how do I make sure or it supports the overall business strategy? How do I what data do I use? Where would the data be extracted, etc. So to answer these questions, um, we start with a strategic roadmap for analytics. For any BI and analytics program to be successful, it is essential to ensure our path is forward properly and aligned with an organization's business strategy and geared towards delivering specific business value at near time interval in the long way. More importantly, your roadmap should be specifically tailored to the organization, taking into account not only our business strategies but the culture of the people and the process to make sure we set up a successful voyage with the alignment of business and IT processes. So, in short, to summarize everything, there is a guideline to understand uh, whether we are focusing on business needs of business strategies aligned to business intelligence projects. So those guidelines are business focused to make sure that strategic business goals are specific to the measures of success, and the BI capabilities must be assessed. That is, where will the data come from? I must know, like critical BI capabilities must be present to support the business objective. And the third thing is enablers, supporting areas. So, for the that facilitates the execution must be implemented properly. Now comes the assessment of business intelligence project into the organizations. How do we assess it? So for this, Messina Group Consultant Solutions, they give a proven methodology which has five distinct phases and questions, set of questions. On answering those questions, you get to analyze, assess the organization's status on the business intelligence project. So they would want an answer for questions like what is the business strategy, where are you now, the current business strategy, where do you want to be, like what's the solution you want, and how do you want to get there. So you need to have a set of steps. And finally, what would be the return of investment if you implement this project. So this is the assessment if you want to implement an business intelligence project into the organization. And next is the approach. So coming to approach, there could be many approaches, but one of the approaches defined is a five-step process which talks about strategic planning. Strategic planning is a plan which we build, like why do you want what do you want from this project, and is that the business strategy of your company. For example, say my I have a bank, and the bank wants to find out what would be the customer or number, or what would be the how many customers will be there by 2020. So to find that, they have enormous amount of data collected from back from 1990. So they would want to analyze specific. The strategic planning would be finding the n number of customers. So how would you implement this strategic is your second step, which talk about implementation of strategy, uh, like defining how which are the departments you would need to arrive to this business conclusions, like the customer center would give you enormous data, and and so on and so forth. Finally is business design. Business design talks about defining specific key performance indicators, and making business design respective to what database you would use and tools, and what specific questions you would be asking, and what are the important data that would be necessary to be retrieved, etc. Then is the fourth step, BI portfolio management, which talks about managing in the related activities, is uh, managing the related activities, like identification of projects and coinciding projects which could be helped in this, or maybe analyzing the risks related to the chosen strategy, like availability of data, or to find out there is an infrastructure we have to retrieve that specific data, and precise resources to retrieve the data, etc. And finally is the business partnership. That is IT partnership. So to have a long term initiative, to find out a long term initiative and analytics, you need to have a long term BI investments. Your business investment team or the finance department should collaborate to have a long term be ready to invest in such projects, so that the more they are committed to such projects, the better the analysis we could get out of the analytical project. So this is how you align the BI projects to our organization. Thank you.
We will see how to leverage BI. One of the ways is the return on investment. So we have seen the analytics returns are increasing. Let's talk about some of the critical challenges that hinder the business. So when a company evolves from a traditional company to a analytical, Gartner came up with the analytics framework to get the
Yeah, in order to deliver BI in any organization, the organizations might already be in some sort of BI technology, or else they might be new to the BI technology. But the only factor that will determine the maturity of the organization would be the analytical dependency. How much analytically dependent the organization is. This can be achieved only through self-assessment. In the market, there are several self-assessment tools. The first self-assessment, the major self-assessment tool would be TDWI BI maturity model. This model will compare the organization on par with the market conditions, and then it will evaluate the organization's performance. Then certain score is given for it. Then the organization can decide upon how they can implement the change management and delivery BI. This tool is basically a form of a survey where the organization uses a tool to uh, pose certain questions to the users, and the users will fill in the answer. So once this is done, the final score will be generated. So depending upon the score, then the organization can assess themselves where they are on par with the market, and then finalize the thing. The next major step in laying the BA foundation will be developing a strong base. The organization should be aware that this change could be possible only at the cost of a strong organizational reformation. The reformation can be uh, through short-term goals or long-term goals. Mostly people do prefer long-term goals. So one of few main initiatives could be change management, developing analytical talent, and then data management. Coming to change management. In the change management, the main important step would be communicating the importance of BI to all the employees in the organization, making them realize why BI is exactly necessary for the organization to develop. Then, then the leads should take care to bring in proper change in the employees, give them proper awareness sessions so that they can take an initiative to bring in the change in the organization. The next step would be developing analytical talent. This involves assessing the analytical capabilities of the existing employees, knowing who are capable of what. Then, depending upon their capabilities, they can conduct various training sessions so that the employees can enhance their skill set. Once this is done, finally they can implement the process and achieve their goals. And also another important parameter of developing an analytical talent would be hiring process, where when we are hiring new employees, they should make sure that the new workforce should be analytically capable of handling any sort of situation. Another important parameter here would be data management. Data management deals with various sets of data. Here the quality and accuracy of data will play a key role. We should make sure that the data is accurate, and data dependency will play a vital role in any sort of foundation, because there are few projects which are more data dependent and there are few projects which are less data dependent, and also prioritizing the projects which need the data is also important for the success. Thank you, friends.